Popular San Diego web camera removed at Navy's request. That camera we just watched, that camera that provided a valuable piece of information and a valuable insight into this near accident, was removed because the Navy didn't want things like this to be shown anymore. Troy asks, I believe both captains got relieved of duty after this incident. That would not be unheard of. I mean, that would that's kind of standard operating procedure there. So, yeah, a group that runs an array of San Diego-based web cameras that capture Navy ships coming and going is calling foul after the National Park Service removed 2 cameras overlooking San Diego Bay this month at the Navy's request. While Navy officials framed the recent cam removal as a matter of force protection, Barry Barami, a 52-year-old San Diego local who runs the volunteer San Diego webcam group, alleges the cameras were removed from the Cabrillo National Monument after they captured an embarrassing near collision of 2 Navy ships in November. That close call between the guided missile destroyer Momsen and the dock landing ship Harper's Ferry came to be known as Warship Chicken Incident after San Diego webcam footage of the encounter went viral. The Park Service confirmed Friday that it had removed, this was like 2 Fridays ago, I believe. This is why we're doing this. I read this and went, holy crap. So yeah, the Park Service confirmed Friday that it had removed the 2 cameras at Cabrillo after the Naval Criminal Investigation Service, the NCIS, for those of you that watch NCIS on TV, the Naval Criminal Investigation Service requested that they be removed, quote, due to security concerns. Barami said that he was notified of the removal on April 11th. Cabrillo sits just north of Naval Base Point Loma, an installation that hosts Navy submarines and other assets. The site also sits right across the water from Naval Station North Island and the island of Coronado, the west coast home of the Navy SEALs. Before the Park Service removed the cameras, they regularly broadcast footage of ships coming and going, garnering 6 million views online in the past year alone, according to Barami. The cameras also provide a civil service, he said, allowing Navy families to watch their loved ones departing and arriving while providing cool footage for ship enthusiasts of all stripes. NCIS spokesman Jeff Houston said in an email that the request to have the NPS remove the Cabrillo cameras, quote, was not related to the Harper's Ferry Momsen incident. Well, how convenient that it just sort of happened to come out right around the time the report mentioning and complaining about this particular camera capturing the thing on video came out. NCIS verbally expressed force protection concerns related to the recently related to the private webcams and YouTube channel, which provided 24-hour webcam monitoring of the vessels and equities located aboard Naval Air Station North Island, including aircraft hangars, flight lines, Naval Base Point Loma, submarine assets, and the tracking of military personnel aboard Naval Base Coronado, Houston said. But to Barami, the Navy's push to remove the cameras didn't make sense, given all the Cabrillo tourists and others in the area who can just as easily photograph and video naval ships. So yeah, it's like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense because literally everyone within view of the bay can do exactly what we're doing. You can take pictures and, you know, whatever. So they'll sell you a zoomed in view of the sub base. Oh yeah, I like this. They have like the mounted binoculars that you can go, they have on piers and wharfs and things. He pointed out that a visitor to Cabrillo can plop a quarter into stationary binoculars and take a look. They'll sell you a zoomed in view of the sub base, he said. Houston did not answer Navy Times questions about why the threat posed by the camera is any greater than all the other ways that area Navy bases can be recorded or photographed. Barami said his club, which runs the cameras off donations, always keeps security at the forefront and does not broadcast footage of ships arriving or departing in real time. He also said group members always ensured the Cabrillo feeds did not show any portion of the Point Loma base. Anyone in a condo or a house around the bay or anyone at Cabrillo has a view of the Point Loma base and can record, Barami said. Anyone standing at Fort Rosecrans National Cemetery can look down at the sub base. Other webcams capture ships coming and going from fleet concentrations elsewhere in the States, and Barami said his group feels cams are being targeted because of the Warship Chicken incident. Why the San Diego webcam, he asked. Somebody got a little embarrassed, maybe. Hey, Can you stop licking heads there, buddy? Stop licking each other's foreheads. He noted the investigation into the Warship Chicken incident was released days after his cameras were removed from Cabrillo, where they had recorded the past decade. Yeah, they've been there for 10 years, and they were suddenly removed right before the report was released. Seems a little sus to me. Barami also alleges that he was warned that the Navy would seek to remove his cameras after they captured the incident. When it went viral, I cannot tell you the person's name, but I received a call from a ranking individual telling me to watch my back. They were after my cameras. Barami added that the U.S. Navy uses several maritime and aviation tracking systems that broadcast the positions of assets, including the Automatic Identification System, or AIS for ships. Yeah, the AIS system will literally just brings up and it'll tell you the names of every single ship within the range of that particular AIS system. So it's not a secret. It's the Navy themselves that are broadcasting all their precise positions. It's not the San Diego webcam. For now, Barami said his group continues to operate other cameras in the bay and is scouting out sites for cameras to replace the 2 lost at Cabrillo. He declined to say where those new cameras will be placed. So what do y'all think? That's the takeaway from this. The cameras that caught all of that were removed just days before the report was released. But the Navy says the fact they were released had nothing to do with them broadcasting this embarrassing incident around the internet to the entire world. What do you guys think? Did it have something to do with it? I'm leaning towards Navy got pissed. Navy got embarrassed. Navy demanded those cameras come down. They made the Park Service take them down, just out of sheer embarrassment. Because like he said, you can find out what ships are coming and going anytime. The Navy broadcasts it through the AIS system. Anybody within view of the bay can take pictures, can zoom in on things, can do things. But it was just happened to be these 2 particular cameras that caught the incident and the people that brought it to light. Well, shoot.